Welcome to another episode of In Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price, and I'm thrilled to bring you another fascinating journey through the intricate world of academic research. Today, we're diving into a paper entitled The Serpent Image in Viking and Indian Mythology by Mehmet Masatoglu and Selahattin Özkan. It's an intriguing exploration of how snakes, yes, serpents slithering around, have been represented in these two rich cultural traditions. So, the core question this paper addresses: why do both Viking and Indian mythologies feature snakes so prominently? Why, out of all the creatures that creep on this earth, do these mythologies choose the serpent as symbols for both divine and devilish powers? It's a question that intertwines culture, biology, and the mystical. It's almost cinematic, right? The significance of this topic might not immediately pop out to you if you're not regularly strolling down the path of comparative mythology. But think about it. These symbols tell us something profound about how people from vastly different regions perceived the world and their place within it. Snakes often represent the cycle of time, eternity, and renewal, but also danger and temptation. What insights do we gain when comparing these culturally distant yet symbolically parallel myths? Masatoglu and Özkan's research primarily focuses on unpacking this age-old symbol's imagery and meaning in both Viking and Indian contexts. They want us to understand how these serpentine figures come alive in a way that reflects the culture's views on life, death, and the universe. Fascinating, huh? First, let's slither into some specifics. Viking mythology. Did you know that Vikings imagined the world as flat and circular with a serpent named Jörmungandr, or Midgard serpent, encompassing it? It's this gigantic snake that wraps around the world, gripping its tail in its mouth. Such an image. It almost feels like something out of a fantasy novel, but it's their reality, their understanding of the cosmos. And when Ragnarok, the end of the world moment in Norse myth, arrives, Jörmungandr plays a crucial role. It's both an end and a new beginning. Snakes shed their skin after all. Coincidence, maybe? Okay, stepping away from Vikings for a moment, how about India? Here, snakes like Vrtra in Rig Veda play vital roles, usually as adversaries to gods like Indra. Vedic texts describe Vrtra as a massive serpent or dragon hoarding water, a symbol of drought, with Indra striking it down to release life-giving waters back into the world. Again, the motif of struggle and renewal, themes as old as time itself. And then there are the Nagas, serpent beings who blend divinity and danger. They're guardians of treasures and knowledge dwelling in the underworld. There's also the epic of Vasuki being used as a churning rope in the Samudra Manthan, the churning of the ocean of milk. I can't help but imagine superheroes grappling with enormous cosmic ropes. Amazing, right? The paper doesn't attempt to claim that these myths offer an absolute truth about human experience. It presents them as windows into the psyche of ancient civilizations, offering insights into how humans grappled with the forces of nature and uncertainties of life and death. What do these myths mean for us today? It's essential to remind ourselves that mythology, while deeply rooted in culture, offers symbolic narratives that resonate through generations. Just think about modern storytelling. Are we so different? Now, what conclusions did Masatoglu and Özkan draw? Well, comparing these far-between cultures reveals a shared human curiosity, awe, and fear towards snakes. These stories reflect universal human experiences and emotions. It's like peeking into a universal narrative. Our fears, understandings, they're linked across cultures. The paper suggests these stories weren't just about explaining the unknown. They also interwove societal morals and beliefs, acting as ever-present cautionary tales. I'm getting carried away here, but it's compelling to think about how much these ancient myths share a sense of commonality, despite their geographical and cultural differences. It makes me wonder, all this fascination with serpentine imagery, both protective and destructive, do we see this in modern symbols too? Oh, and speaking of modern symbols, did you know about the caduceus, often mistakenly used for medicine, actually stemming from Mercury's staff? A whole different snake story there. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, and apologies for jumping around here, that spontaneity is sometimes what makes these discussions real, right? Remember, Academic research such as this doesn't dictate truths, it invites exploration. It's a chance to question, reflect, and maybe even change how we perceive the world around us. So, what do you think about these serpent stories? Do they change your perspective, even just a little? I hope this discussion sparks some curiosity because that's what we're here for, diving into the depths of academia, one paper at a time. That's all we have for today's episode of In Depth with Academia. As always, I'm Richard Price. Thank you for letting me be your guide in another exploration through the realms of academic thought. Be curious, keep questioning, and I'll see you in the next episode.